Could your morning routine be what's holding you back from a better life?
Well, since September is self-improvement month, this could be the perfect time for a morning routine makeover to set yourself up for success. Joining us today to help talk about what that is Master Life coach and host of the Dangerous Woman podcast, Dr. Krystal Conner, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. You know I'm excited to talk about this.
Oh yeah, well, why are morning routines just so important?
Morning routines are important because, first off, if you think about the amount of decisions that we have to make in a day, morning routines help you avoid decision fatigue. So by the time you wake up and get to lunch, you've already made 1,000 decisions. And when you have a morning routine, those are already settled. You don't have to think about it. The second reason morning routines are important is because it allows you the opportunity to check in with yourself. Instead of just getting up and going, you have an opportunity to check in and ask yourself, am I okay? How am I feeling? Is everything okay with me? And finally, they're important because they set the tone for the day. So think about being steady versus frazzled. Mm-hmm. However you start the day is going to carry over into the rest of your day.
Interesting. I think there are some people out there that don't want to check in with themselves because they're afraid of what they're going to hear.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
And I'm not the doctor. You're the doctor, so I'll stop. All right. What are the bad habits that people got to stop doing to wake up?
Okay. So it's probably going to be some eye rolls. I was rolling my own eyes at myself, but hitting the snooze button is a bad habit that we really should stop. One, because that extra 7 or 8 minutes doesn't actually make you feel more rested. It actually makes you more tired and kind of cranky. In addition, checking social media and emails immediately when you wake up, before you even give your brain a chance to say, we're going to have a great day, you're allowing the world to come in and dictate how you feel. So we want to stop doing that. And then rehearsing all of yesterday's bad news. Playing through in your mind all of the things that went wrong yesterday is setting you up for a repeat, and it's just going to put you in a rotten mood to start the day.
I did all those today.
I was going to say, I did 1 and 2 for sure. You did 3?
I mean, I didn't physically hit the snooze button, but I went back to bed after I woke up. I'm like, you know what? Yeah.
I can't remember the day before.
You're 3 for 3.
Right? Okay, so you have 3 must-dos for every morning. Your first is authentic and inspiring affirmations. So, yes. I mean, I can't even think in the morning without coffee. How do you find them? How do you do that?
You know, what I think is important about finding an affirmation is actually choosing one that you believe. I think a lot of people get frustrated with affirmations because it seems kind of woo-woo and like, what's the point of this? You choose an affirmation that's something that you actually believe now. So if you don't think your life is amazing, you don't want to go around trying to convince yourself of that. You might start with, you know what, my life is getting better every day, and build up to my life is amazing. So it's important that when you choose an affirmation that you want to repeat, you actually believe it.
Okay, your second must-do, and I think this is going to be hard for a lot of people, right?
No.
Because this is the scary one.
Yeah.
Quiet your mind. Because, you know, when you quiet your mind, all kinds of stuff gets in.
All kinds of stuff, but it's so important to know what you're thinking about. And it can be scary, especially because most of us are used to drowning all of that out with distractions and being busy. But our thoughts are so powerful. They always create our results in the long run. And if you are living a life where you don't like your results, it's really important that you are able to identify what you're thinking that is getting you to that place.
Oh, it's so true, because when you cut out that noise, sometimes you're like, oh no, I can really hear my thoughts. Finally, you say it's really important to journal in the morning. Why is that?
Same thing. Journaling allows you to write out your thoughts and visually see, this is what I've been thinking about. Our thoughts are the catalyst for our feelings. And so if you wake up and you're in a bad mood, you go back to your thoughts, ask yourself what you're thinking, and it's going to give you clues and insight into why you feel that way. And then most of the things that we do are based on our feelings, and then all of our actions give us our results. So ultimately, your thoughts create all the results you have in life. So the more insight you can get into what you're thinking, the better that you can make your day and your life.
Love it. I love it. Dr. Krystal Conner, thank you so much for inspiring us and speaking with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. Good to see you.
Yes, and by the way, her advice is on Instagram at Dr. Krystal Conner, and you can find more empowering tips at krystalconner.com. And her podcast, How to Be a Dangerous Woman, available on where you get your podcasts, as I usually say.
That sounded very announcer-like.